You think we should start?
Yes.
All right, guys, thank you very much for coming for my talk. I know it's towards the end of the day.
Yes.
My name is Hussin, and I'm from a company called Effectsco. A lot of people having trouble to announce my company's name, or they can't pronounce it. It's Effectsco. Some say EFXCO. Some they spell out the name, So it's Effectsco. How I got the name, that's another story, yeah. Right, so we are a company, it's a training institute based in Sabajaya. So we do creative skills, anything from Adobe to Unity, Nuke, right? So my background is actually visual effects. So today's talk is going to be real-time visual effects and animation using Unity engine. So how is the industry using Unity to create to make films? Yeah. It's not going to be a technical talk. I might jump into Unity and show you some stuff, but I'm going to keep it very, very simple. I'm not going to show technical stuff, yeah? How many of you here are, by the way, disclaimer, I'm not a gamer, nor I am a programmer. This is not a gaming talk. It's purely talking about film, visual effects, animation, right? Okay, so how many of you here are using Unity at the moment? Okay, very good. And what do you use Unity for? Is it for gaming?
Yes.
Really gaming?
Movies.
Who's making movies? Previous. Good. Alright, excellent. Anybody who's using Maya? Maya users? Okay, cool. Anybody using compositing, After Effects? Nuke After Effects? Anybody using MS Paint? You never know, yeah? They're the guys there. Microsoft Paint. Cool. Alright, I have a very short reel. I hope it's not too loud. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I'm sure you have seen those reels before, right? Have you guys seen that before, the videos and all that? So all of them were done in Unity. The animation, the Mr. Carton, is a French company who did that. All is done in Unity, yeah? So about me, I was with a company called Realtime Hughes. By the way, Wing Chuan, who got the early presenter, we were in the same company, right? Back in 2010, 2012, right? Rhythm and Hughes was around since 1987. I wasn't with the company back then. It would have made me very, very old. 1987, and I came in about 2011. I joined the company 2010, 2011, can't remember. I was there for a while, and we were in the business of making visual effects for movies, for Hollywood. I'm sure you will know that we have done movies like Life of Pi, kind of thing, and all that. That was our background. I'm a certified instructor for Unity, Adobe, and Nuke. And recently, 2017, I was also involved in making a movie called The Beyond with a director from London. I was the compositor and also did some camera work. And last year, in fact this year, this movie was made last year, it just came out recently. As a digital compositor for a movie called Origin Unknown. If you know the lady, she looks familiar. She was Starbucks in a TV series called Battlestar Galactica. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
TV series? Okay, no worries. Katie Skakoff, her name is, yeah? She was the main lead actress or lead actor in this movie called Origin Unknown. Alright? Alright, I'm going to talk about realistic lighting today. I changed the topics a bit because I see there's an overlap between Yifei. Earlier he was talking about lighting, but he went very detailed, very technical stuff, right? And then Wing Chuan just now was talking a bit about cinematic stuff. He went very detailed. So I'm going to touch a bit. I don't want to repeat the same thing. I respect of your time, yeah. So I'm going to try and see whether I can do things quickly as well. post-processing stack version 2, and then we'll talk a bit about what Cinemachine and Timeline is all about. Why is it being used in film and animation? Cool? Keep it simple, yeah? Alright, so why Unity? Why did I switch to Unity? I'm a compositor. I was teaching, when I was with Muse, I teach compositing. That was my main software. I love compositing. And why did I start playing around with Unity? A couple of years ago, this came out. I'm sure you have seen this, right? So this was it's a challenge that was created by Unity. It's called a Neon Challenge. And at first I thought it was like nothing, it's just animation, you know, put into video and all that. Only later I realized that all this was running real time. Okay, real time is a big deal to me. All right, because when you talk about animation, you have to render. That the ugly word, the render. Yeah, so render takes many hours, if not days, if not weeks. So when I saw this, the rain, the fog, the atmospheric lights, the animation all running real time. That means we are not rendering it. It's running real time. At any time I can come and change the camera to a different position, it's still running. Right? This is what real time means. And I don't like people when they say real time rendering. It negates each other. Real time and rendering, they don't put in the same sentence. Yeah? Rendering means you have to wait. Okay? I'll give you an example. Okay, I was talking to one of my lighters when I was with Rhythm and Hughes. We were working on Life of Pi, and Life of Pi was a 6K. It's shot in 6K. Stereoscopic. That means you have to have two lenses, and you're shooting two shots at the same time. Yeah, and one frame in movies we work with 24 frames per second. Yeah, 24 FPS, and one frame took 8 hours to render. Okay, that was another shot that we did. If you have watched Life of Pi. The whale that was coming out from the ocean, jumping out, that took 30 hours per frame. It's ridiculous. Luckily, we had all the power based in Taiwan. We had a render farm, right? It did that quickly, but that is considered a very long time to wait for that stuff. Small little problem, you got to go and re-render. Small little problem, you got to re-render. I know, right? And it's a short clip.
This is the Oasis. A whole virtual universe.
When I was writing Ready Player One, virtual reality was still this science fiction thing in the future that we didn't have. And now we actually had the HTC Vive on the set. Wow. So it was amazing that a virtual reality technology that has come about just since the book has been published was used in the movie.
This is the coolest thing ever.
One of the interesting things about a virtual production is that you're creating all of these sets and characters with the computer. The great thing about that is that we could bring Steven in and he would put on the really high fidelity headset VR and we could load up that environment and he could scout it virtually. And of course, because he's a filmmaker, as soon as he would start walking around a location, he would start thinking about shots.
I needed to know where to put my camera, so they created an avatar for me that you never get to see, but my avatar had a virtual camera. I could either do frame grabs, or I could do actual shots by walking through the virtual sets. I'm getting shots on a V-Cam in a V-World. This is crazy.
And the cool thing about the Vive is that he could say, I don't want that, move that out of the way, or remove this. And in real time, an artist kind of off to the side could just make adjustments kind of on the fly.
The best place would be on this particular platform here.
So it's a really interesting way of designing shots and designing your sets kind of in real time.
Because in the background, you've got the Iron Giant. It's pretty cool.
Any director or actor is quite used to reacting to their environment and understanding where they are. And so shooting a motion capture movie can be a slightly strange experience.
You're acting in a white room with a white ceiling and white walls and a bunch of computer cameras looking down at you. It's confusing for any actor and a director to walk onto a bare naked set and try to imagine what's there. So I asked each of the actors to also put on the headsets and enter the virtual set so we didn't have to imagine. It was there. All we had to do was remember.
Shooting a motion capture is challenging in many ways, and you can't really get a sense of what it's like to be in the room or what it's like to be surrounded by the environment. So to put on the Vive, it's completely free.
Okay, this is actually a video for the Vive headset, but the interaction was actually done in Unity. The one Steven was holding the screen, right? Everything was done in Unity. So what was I trying to say? Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go to the next one. It's talking about Unity for animation, right? So Wing Chun just now earlier said this about Saunders. He mentioned about Disney is teaming up with Unity now to create Baymax Dreams. Some short movies of Baymax having a dream and all this stuff. I'm sure you can get this online in YouTube. And just imagine Unity with Disney working together and doing stuff like this. That means this is a huge thing, yeah. And then if you can catch Ooh La La 2017, the Mr. Carton was also very nice. It's like more like a frame by frame kind of thing, but it looks very nice. But it's all done in Unity. It's kind of interesting. Okay. This is a shot that I picked up from YouTube. So this is all done in real time, yeah? Very Pixar looking like video. I'm sure you have seen it before as well. But just imagine, look at the quality that you get in a real time basis, yeah? Otherwise you probably have to render this for many, many hours. So if you're a director or an artist and you want to start changing stuff around, lights, even the texture on her sweater, you can change it there and then, right? You will see that in a minute. Right, so you can get results straight away. Okay, this is the thing that I was talking about real time, yeah. So that saves a lot of time, yeah. Plenty of time that you don't have to go back and forth. So what is real time again? Means your project is live as soon as you start production. Okay, you can change as much as you want, change the camera angle, change textures, change lightings and all that on the go. Okay. And Unity is a software that enables you to do that. Yeah, that I made it in red there. Yeah, do not need to wait for any render farm. Right, that's the most important thing. Otherwise, when you invest in render farm, takes money as well, time and money. Right, this is all about trying to save your cost and time at the same time. Right. Okay, so regular pipeline. Right, this can be a very general pipeline, very basic stuff. You have to go through editorial, and then you have the asset production, like what Wing Chun was saying just now. You have to create the assets in Maya or whatever the choice of your 3D software is, right? Create the characters, and then you do the cache, and then you output as FBX or Alembic and all that stuff. Okay, and then you bring in and you do lighting, rendering, and comp, normally in one group or something like that. Depends on how big your group, how big your production is. If you have a small, maybe 2-man team, 3-man team, everybody will do. It's probably the same thing. But if you have a larger group, you will be sent to different locations, kind of thing. So it takes a bit of resources to do this. Okay. With real-time pipeline, you will end up something like this. Yeah. Whatever you see in the whatever color that is at the bottom, this all running in the game engine, right? In the Unity. So everything can be done in that box. Lighting, look depth. Wing Chun just not show you how to do a look depth as well. Right? That's actually an experimental version of Unity which is coming up very soon. Real-time camera effects, post grading, playback and output, everything in Unity itself. Okay, you have to only worry about creating the assets. Maybe use Substance Painter to do the textures, UV mapping and all that, and bring in the animation via FBX. As simple as that. Yeah. Well, it's not simple as that, lah. There's always complication, right? But I'm trying to say that you can save a lot of time and production time as well. Yeah, production money and time. Okay, and if you look side by side, then you have cut down a lot of stuff there. Okay, that means look that all comes into that plane. Right, so it makes things much simpler. Okay, so let me do a demo. I need to switch my machines for a while because my Mac doesn't really run on the latest versions of Unity. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll do a swap around. All right, anybody had a chance to look at, a few days ago, Unity Unite LA? Anybody had a chance to look at that keynote?
Yeah.
You had? All right?
Super long.
Super long, yeah. That wasn't the feedback I was looking for. Super long. I know the keynotes are all very long, 2 hours and all that, but I get excited about all that stuff, especially what they have announced during the keynote.
Very exciting stuff.
Yes. So I feel that a lot of announcement was done was basically geared towards film and animation.
Very interesting thing I read about it was the cine machine manufacturing scene.
Yes. Is it the one that the cine gaming stuff that you all put together?
The one is like filming the game in progress.
Oh yeah.
Just playing, filming it as if like in a movie.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that. Plug this again. Okay. So this is on Unity's website, Virtual Cinematography mentioned just now. And during the keynote, they announced that Unity has purchased a company called Monarch Media. So Monarch Media is headed by these 2 guys, Wes Porter and Habib. And these guys has been working on the virtual production thingy. Yeah. So there's a bit of information about how they did that and all that. Yeah. And this is some of the work that they do. Unity has bought them because of this thing here, this contraption here. So this is actually the camera that they were holding, and then you can look through that for the virtual production, right? And it's actually made out of Xbox controllers. They put it together and all that, and then, right? So the reason why Unity bought them, by the way, the software is called Exposure. Unity bought them because they see that something is in there for them to use for them to start going to studios and then offering all this stuff. Okay, I would like to show you a video on that. I'll come back to this in a bit. Habib Zagapur, I think he did a little keynote which I picked up from YouTube, and I think it's quite interesting. So this is Habib Zagapur, and the one I was talking about, the Blade Runner, was somewhere here. So this is actually the Blade Runner scene that was part of the movie. Let me just go back here. Right, there you go. So this is where the director was holding the camera, and you know Habib is holding the camera over there, and he's playing with his controllers. And at one time he gave the controller to another person, and he was doing all the flying of the ship, and he was capturing the video of the spinner flying around, right? So this is how they did the visualization during the movie itself. So it's being used, and you see it's all rendered real time, although it's not the end production, but it's all done in real time in Unity itself. And he's moving around, and as if he's moving the camera around. You see that? So he's looking around stuff. This is one of the shots in the movie. I'm not sure that you guys have seen Blade Runner 2049. This is one of the shots when he was trying to take off and then going out of the city. Okay. And at one time he goes into the air, into the spinner. Is it the scene? He goes into the spinner, and there's one part. Yeah, there you go. Now he becomes the actor himself, looking out. So they get the shot right as well. Yeah. So this one he gives it in detail as well, and how we can change. And this contraption that he has, I don't know why I call it contraption. This gadget that he has, can change scenes and all that. Kind of interesting, yeah. And then they're also working on Tom Hanks' next movie. It's about World War II. Can't remember what the movie is called, but this is the movie that they are working on. And even this is all done real time, and they can go into the shape and they can change. So instead of having different shots for every different movie, they can do that in one go. right? They take the camera and go all the way, right? So at least they have an idea of how this thing is going to be shot. What was it called? What is this movie called? I can't remember his name. It's the Tom Hanks' next movie, right? So they can move around using this controllers and all that. Okay, I bet this is the reason why Unity bought Monarch Media, because of this solution that they have. What else did they do? All right, so that's the one, yeah. He was talking about. We can pick this up on YouTube. You can you can get all the details from there. Okay. Also like to talk about. This is the Baymax thing I was talking about. So this is all shot and all done in real time. France Yoko. Alright, you can pick this up as well. So they were working on this with Disney. And I think in the keynote there was a oh, it matched my system. Put it power. Totally forgot about it. The socket is oh, okay. All right. All right, so and I think some of you were in the first room just now earlier, right? They were talking about this creating massive game worlds. When I saw this in Unite LA a few days ago, I was even more excited about this.
Yes.
Yeah, this is they put on the ECS, the Entity Component System, and there are about 5,000 cars flying around. Very detailed kind of look. Neon lights, air conditioning system, every running heavily with all the sounds and all that. You should see the keynote of what this thing is all about. Yeah, very dense population, and yet this thing can run 60 frames per second, real time. Okay. Do you know where this place is? Anybody wants to guess? Sorry? This building here, do you know what they get an idea from? Hong Kong, yes. But which part of Hong Kong? Kowloon City, yeah. Yeah? It's a city called the Dark City in Kowloon. There we had a lot of, the whole block is actually of people living for many, many years. Unfortunately, it was demolished 20 years ago. But they get an idea from this. I think they saw a book that was published and how they went in and then put it on in a very detailed kind of way. So when they were showing, there's a lot of people saying that, oh, this is, I think I was talking to Ife just now, a lot of people saying, oh, this is a video running kind of thing and all that. And yet, the chief engineer took out his iPhone and played this live, on a mobile phone. Just imagine that. So it's a huge thing that they showed. So I think they're going to make this available for us to play with in 2019, which is with the new version of Unity is coming out 2019. So they'll put all this inside. And again, this is movie quality. You look at that, yes, movie quality. Reminds me of what movie is the movie that was car was flying around. Not the Back to the Future, the other one. Fifth Element, yeah, that's the one. Something like that, right? Or Minority Report or something. Look at that, when I look at this one, wow. And there's a 4.5 million rendered textures. There are some figures there you can have a look. Okay? And running at 60 frames per second is considered a huge thing, right? Get that. I'm going to give you the keynote. Alright, so let's jump into the demo. Let's have a look. So I have here, because inside, whenever you do anything for film, right, the biggest problem is always lighting. Lighting is actually a biggest issue. It takes a long time to render because of lighting. When you see the word rendering, right, it means what you're trying to do is you convert anything into a 3D space to a 2D space, right? You want to make an image out of it. Okay, that takes computing, a lot of GI and you name it, all the technical mumbo jumbo, yeah? So I have here, it's actually a very simple scene that I've brought into Unity, right? A simple scene. If you go out, you can just see it's just a simple box, right? Simple scene, right? So if I go inside, I've got this kitchen area, all right? So I'm going to show you how fast and easy it is. Well, I'm not going to show you the whole process, but I was playing with it last night and I got some good results by using some of the techniques that you can get in Unity. Right? It's quite easy to use and it's simple. Yeah. All right. So I've got this little area. I'm pointing it to the kitchen area because that's always a good place to be. Simply because I want to make this fridge and the countertop to be very specular, right? To be shiny. Okay. So by default, if you start anything in Unity, you get only 2 lights. Anybody want to guess what those lights are? Directional light and? When you start Unity, what do you get? Directional light and? I wish I had something to give you when you answer correctly. Unity didn't give me anything. I got one badge here, but that one I want to keep. The skybox, right? The lights come from the skybox. If you notice on the left hand side, I've got my directional light. If I switch it off, there's still light. Okay, that means the skybox is also providing light. Okay, if you look, if you open up your under the where is my lighting settings? If I open up my lighting setting, you can see I've got the default skybox. Okay, so that gives a bit of the reflection on this little fridge over here, but not so nice lah. Okay lah. I can see like a bit of skybox reflection. No big deal, yeah. How do I make this more photorealistic? All right. So a couple of things that you can do. And just now when Wing Chong was talking about photorealistic baking lighting, GI and all that stuff, right? So what I want to do is I want to use a HDRI pack, which is free of charge, that comes from Unity themselves, yeah? HDRI pack. I already downloaded it here, but you can get it from the asset store. Asset store, a lot of stuff. Go there and get it and you will be spoiled for choices. You know, try and look there first. If there's none there, then you can get your modeler to model it. Or pay someone to do it for you. Okay, but mostly they have a lot of stuff in asset store. Do I have internet connection here? I do. So there's a HDRI pack that you can download. Just type HDRI. Hopefully it will pop up. HDRI. If I can type this. There you go. Unity HDRI pack, yeah? Unity Technologies. And normally everything that comes from Unity Technologies is free of charge. Download and use it to your house content. So this guy, I downloaded, is only about 865 megs. It's not that big, okay? Is it big? I thought 10 gigabytes is big. Alright, so scene lighting. Okay, I want to try and improve this if I can. So up here we have the default skybox, right? If you notice here, we have default skybox. Which is coming from here. I want to change that. I want to put HDRI inside there. So I've downloaded HDRI pack down here. Okay, and if I open that up, I can see other few that I can play here with. I'm going to go and choose the Kirkby Cove, right? Kirkby Cove, and you can see I've got some materials here, right? No sun and sun. I like the one with the sun. So I'm going to click and drag into up here, right? And now it's lighted by HDRI. Okay, high dynamic range imagery. And you can see at the back I've got a bit of scenery as well coming through, right? You can see my beachfront house now, all this kind of stuff, right? But still not so nice, you know? It helps, but it's not so nice, okay? So the one that's big deal inside of Unity is, we have a couple of lights in Unity. We have the point lights, like what you have in your 3D software, right? The area lights and all that, okay? But to make it look nice, obviously we must have area lights, okay? So maybe this spotlights over here, the one that's hanging lights and that, you can put spotlights in them. Okay, so I like to use maybe some area light inside there. But the trick about the area light is, if you put in the area light and you just wait and wait and wait, nothing will happen. Okay, so I'd like to show you the after one because this is it might take a time for me to bake the lights. But I'll open up my after scene, and you can see how much different it is. Yeah, I'll run through with you what I did to get this kind of lighting. Let me just go back to here, under scenes, I'm going to open up my scenes, I'm going to open up my end scene. Don't save that. There you go. Yeah. It's going to bake for a while. You're running some jobs down here. You can see the bottom right corner is trying to do some baking. Right, there you go. So I've changed from that ugly looking kind of thing into this by just making about 15 minutes. I got it done very quickly. Yeah. I don't know what the structure is down here all about. It wasn't there before, but I dare not rebake because it will be taking another 15 minutes. By the time probably my talk is already over. But look at that. If I go in, you can see reflections. You see that? Yeah, reflections and all that. So I've changed the material for this to become a reflective material. Okay, by simply going. If I click on this now. If I click on this now, this material will pop up on this side, the inspector material, see? Stainless steel material. If I open that up, you can see I can adjust the metallicness of it, how shiny I want it to be, and also how dull it has to be, right? So it's actually reflecting the sofas on the other side. There's some sofas on the other side, the red color, it's actually reflecting into it, right? I'll show you the trick how to do this in a bit. And look at that, the countertop is even shiny, I can even change the marble desktop cover and all that, right? The trick is, you have to put what we call a reflection probe in this. It's actually part of the lighting. So if you go to assets, under game object, under light, we call what we call a light probe. The light probe is just like the HDRI. If you do visual effects, you know you have to go and capture these light probes, balls and all that to capture them. We call it image-based lighting, right? IBL. So the light probe acts as that. So I've got a light probe sitting here somewhere. If I click on my system here, I've got an area light. That's a reflection probe there. You see that? This ball is actually shining, giving reflection onto the system, onto the area here, right? That's the one that I'm using it. Let me just switch off my post-processing stack. You can see how ugly it is first. That's how it is, yeah? That's without the post-processing stack. I'll talk about processing stack. Like this will even look nice, quite nice. You can see reflections and all that, right? Not bad. Alright? Even better than the other one. Okay? And then I can put spotlights underneath here. The spotlights will cast the light down and all that. There's some spotlights showing stuff here. If you go to the lighting bit, my spotlights are all baked at the moment. So if I was on the spotlight, I got 1, 2, 3 spotlights just putting up here. Okay, and if you notice, it's all real time. Sorry, I left it at real time. I didn't even bother to do it under baking. Okay, the only thing that I baked was the area light. So this made a lot of difference. But if you don't do one thing, you will not get this kind of quality. I was tweaking. I couldn't. What is going on? I can't get my area light. You have to change your things that are not moving, like your furniture and all that stuff, into what we call a light map static here. Yeah. Up here you can see that you can change to light map static. I've made static to everything. Only then the lights were baked into the texture. So if you go to your lighting part here, you can see under global map, these are your textures. So the textures are baked. It only took about 15 minutes for me to bake everything nice, right? To make it look nice. Okay. And on top of that, now recently they have introduced post-processing stack part 2. Which is what compositors like to do, right? They do all that extra bit of stuff. So I get this after baking, and then I go to my camera. You can tell, I think it's already enabled, but before that, I forgot to tell you that now if you install 2018 and above, mine is 2018.1, you have this window that goes to Package Manager. So previously we have to go to SS Store download, right? But now everything's inside here. If I click on the word all, you can see I can download my post-processing stack, which is already installed. I got Pro Builder, you can make models right inside of Unity. Pro Grids, shader graph, okay, you can get it from here. There's also Cine Machine, that what Wing Chuan was just showing just now. You don't have to go to Asset Store anymore. You can download straight and then it installs automatically. You have to go to Package Manager. Okay. Once I did that, I get post-processing volume inside here, and I've got all the controls here. I've got my ambient occlusion, which if I enable, let me switch off this first. Switch on both of this, and then I can disable one by one. I'll show you what they do. Yeah. This is amazing. If you're a compositor, you will love this tool, right? Because if you're doing inside of Nuke or After Effects, you still have to wait. Okay, for this is instantaneous. So I'm going to enable my ambient occlusion. You see that? That's ambient occlusion. Obviously, I exaggerated the whole thing. You can see, you can adjust it as how you like. This is intensity, right? How about how much? So what you want ambient occlusion is, you guys are probably familiar with AO, right? Okay, where the light doesn't reach, that's where the crevices of the area are, you can make it darker. And then we switch on our bloom. So bloom will give you that nice bloom at the back there. You see that? That's with and without, yeah? I went a bit of, again, extra, I exaggerated, I went to intensity of number 2. And the best part about a bloom is I like to have this texture thingy here, right? So I just took a brick ball. Let me just show you what, if I switch it off and what happens here. If you notice this light is coming through the window, and it has a bit of texture looking like a bit of light gray. What do you call that? Lens, something like that, right? Lens flare. Lens flare, thank you very much. If I switch off that in texture, the lens flare goes, you see that? So that gives that texture to give that kind of lens flare. This is actually a happy accident. I was playing with it. What is this? Tekan, wow, not bad. Then you can get that kind of texture, yeah? And then the intensity of that lens flare, yeah? You can change that as well. So I love bloom. You should put bloom for everything. Yeah? And then color grading, make it a bit more warmer, right? You can adjust. And ACES is the current mode that we use in film. ACES, yeah, that's the thing that we use. So always switch to ACES, by the way, yeah? And then it gives you the film quality kind of color correction, right? Color grading, you can change your mode, you can change the temperature. I can even make it to warmer or cooler, right? But warmer looks nice now, because it's a beach front. And then you have your exposure, you have your color filters, you have your 3 color collecting balls, yeah, track balls we call it, which you can, colorists, they like to love this one. They will tweak and tweak and all that. Yeah? And then now you have a new version that we can pinpoint color that what we want to change. Let's say you have a color inside there and you don't like that color, you can click on it and start making, you can start making pinpoints. Add a key. Can I add a key? Allow me? I think I switch on first. Where is switch on? Where in God's name is switch on? Radicals. Is it here? Up. Where is it? You fail here now to help me. You have to click at this. Okay, I click on all this stuff, see what happens. And then now I click. Add a key? No. Okay, I'll figure it out. But by the way, you can change your highlights and then all this coloring stuff and all that, yeah? You can play with all this stuff. Okay? Depth of field. Even nicer. Right? So I'm gonna do my focus distance. I can even make my, look at the bottom one, yeah? The focus distance, there's too much. Go down. So you can see it's blur outside there. Okay, this is where the camera is moving. The camera is the one that's doing the compositing. Wherever the camera moves, that it will affect. This effect comes with the camera, right? For version 2, they have introduced a volume post-processing. That means you can change your post-processing from one room to another room or area to another area. If I go to another area, the post-processing will be different color. We're going to make it a bit warmer or cooler. I go to another place, so it is have volume now. Those is just one and that's it, you live with it. Right? So they have changed down to the volume. If you go right up here, you can see, I can enable volume, I think up here somewhere, under post-processing layer. There is supposed to be a thick core there. Is this global or not? Right? If I unglobal it, that means it only works in this kitchen. If I go to the hall or the living area, it's going to be different color processing. So I can do that as well, yeah? This is awesome because now if you move around, you can change stuff. And then you can do your vignette. Obviously, why not vignette, yeah? You put a bit of vignette as well. And that's the vignette thing that we can have. So, from an ugly looking area, now we can do something in that in about 30 minutes. Okay. If you want to do this, I was playing with 3D software way back in my life. I couldn't get anything like this in 2 days. Yeah, I was just very upset. Okay, you can add more effects though. And then Unity, you can put in the screen reflection. Remember the reflection that we had just now in that Unity, the neon challenge, the reflections on it, you can do with this as well. Yeah. I want to show you something that I picked up from Unity's website, which I think is truly amazing. It's a scene that that I saw, which I want to share with you guys. Let me just close it. Are you okay with this, guys? Any questions so far? Cool. All right. So let me just show you what can really be done by using the lights inside. This is not even using the the HD render pipeline. Right? This is just a normal pipeline. By the way, you should use Hub, the Unity Hub, because it really helps you to open up your scenes and also to show you what to install and all that stuff. Okay, I've got 2018.3 to play with, .2 and then .1. At one place you can enable any one of these. Last time you have to install on your taskbar and all that. So the Hub allows you to show you what you have installed, and then you can even see your projects at one go like that. So I've got this project I want to bring up. I'll talk about both attacks in a bit. Both attacks awesome. So this is the one that I picked up. It's actually talking about all the. Let me show you what there is first. Yeah, it's actually here creating believable visuals. Yeah, this is a very good site to come to and learn how to use lights to the max inside of Unity. Right. Talks about how to prepare your models, how to do the lighting setup and all that stuff. So this was the visual when I saw. I said, wow, this is awesome. So you've got they'll teach you how to set up the post-processing stack and all that. I want to show you the actual thing that I've built it up here, and this is amazing. You see that? Okay, this is inside of Unity, and look at that. Yeah, look at the lighting and all that, the textures. Yeah, you can see down here. You can see look at the textures and all that. How amazing is that? All right. You can download this model and play with it, and then find out how they did this lighting. Look at the reflections on the train. All right. You can even go inside the train to look at it textures. Okay. And if I hit a play button, I can move around like as if I'm walking, third person. Give it a second. Give it a second. It's thinking. It's working on it. But if you want to learn about lighting in Unity and how to make the light work, you go through the document they have set up. Because Unity, one thing about Unity I like that they have everything in detail. The lightings, if you go, even if you run Unity, you can open up any of the document just by right-clicking on the tool, and you can see all the document, how to use it, right? This is very, am I running it? Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong scene. I should go into the game window. It's my mouse. Looks like we're stuck. Anybody know how to exit shortcut keyboard? I get something. My mouse is gone here while escape cannot. Control Alt delete, yeah?
Another one is alternate F4.
Shift.
Alternate F4. Close the program.
Alternate F4. Okay, let's start again. This is why I like the hub, because the hub, it starts everything you don't have to worry about, so I've got to go back up here and click on it. And it's fast, yeah? Compared to those days. So I'm a visual person. When I see stuff like this, I get very excited, yeah? Because I know traditional way for you to get this kind of visuals is very tough, yeah? Very tough to get visuals. It takes hours and hours and hours of tweaking and all that. Maybe Andrew knows now. Andrew, looking at this before. I get out this shift tab. I will go back to my normal layout. Alright, so I should be looking here actually. So if I do a play there, and I should be able to, let me escape that, maximize on play. There you go, right. It should be changing in a bit, the lights. So I can move around in this area. It needs to bake. It's baking at the bottom right. You see that? Bake, pause in play mode. That means I have to escape first. Let it bake first. Very fast. Alright, cool. And now we can go maximize and play that. Alright. So now you see that? Yeah? Look at that visuals. I'm truly amazed. Look at the reflection on the ground. Right? To me, nowadays, I don't really care about visuals anymore. To me, important is storytelling, yeah? Stories has to be important. I've seen some movies which have fantastic visuals and all that, but storytelling is not good. It fails, yeah? So, this kind of visual is good enough actually for movies, even for movies, yeah? So I can go around and look at the stuff, look at the reflections and all that, yeah? Look at the texture here, yeah? Amazing, right? I know it's static, but there are ways for you to make interact with the lights. Yeah, I got 10 minutes. Okay, interact with the lights and all that, but it should work. Yeah, this is awesome. This is something that I like to look at and play with as well to find out how they did all this stuff. Okay, let me show you something else. What, that fast? 1 hour ago.
It's 47 now.
Just talking about 10 minutes only. I want to show you boat attack. Maybe you've seen the video. I downloaded the actual version. Takes a while, yeah, to load up. But once it loads up, it's super smooth. Have you seen the boat attack? The city machine, they were showing the city machine, and then the LDRP, the low definition render pipeline, and they're showing the water and all that stuff, the boat and all that. Kind of cool. I saw all this on the keynote when they were presenting the keynote. I found out where it was. I downloaded it and I tried it myself. So this is the boat attack. Right? Have you guys seen this? So what you can see online on the ground here, these are all tracks, city machine track, dolly tracks. Alright? That means you can predefine where the camera is gonna go and all that stuff. So let me hit play here and see what is this all about. Let me go to game, make sure it's maximized, and then play that. It's supposed to be music here. Sound. I think the volume is off. Oops. It's nicer with the sound actually. Speaker.
Speak out.
Still no sound. So the boats are all AI, you know. They will not go onto the. I just say that it will not go on the ground, but they went. But I was told, yeah. I was told that they're all AI and they will not end up on the ground for some reason. But look at the water, man. It's like wow, you know. This is nice. The visuals are very beautiful, yeah. And look at the colors they use and everything. When I saw this, like wow, and running on a, you know. It's not. This is not a. Is it an expensive machine?
Yes.
It is. Yeah. But look at that. You know, they made this to run on mobile. By the way, right? That means you can play this game on a mobile device. Look at the atmosphere at the back there, the colors that they use and all that, right? The shimmering of the water. Okay. I can sit down and watch this forever. It makes me want to go to a beach somewhere. Awesome, right? Cool. And recently, also in LA, they announced for this group for people who are doing visual effects, right? They call it VFX Graph. I downloaded it from GitHub. I'm not a GitHub user. I found out a way how to do it, and then I downloaded it. It didn't work on my machine, compiler error. But I'll tell you what it is, yeah. VFX. You guys know the software called Houdini, you know? Okay. So this is Houdini. I'm guessing Houdini Realtime. Okay. Let me show you if I have it here. Oh, I have it actually online. So this is, I guess, Houdini online. Houdini Realtime, I mean. So this is what I can't remember. I don't know where the sound is going. So if you see motion graphics, visual effects, particle effects, and all that, right? So these are all done in real time as well. So you look at the lights, look at that small atmospheric stuff, and VFX Graph is actually a graph version of doing all this stuff. So you don't have to be a programmer anymore to run Unity, right? So I'm not a programmer, but I can now still do stuff using things like VFX Graph. This was introduced in LA a few days ago. The sparks and all that kind of stuff, and then there'll be an area where they will have all this hologram stuff and all that, and all these things done using VFX Graph, or they call it Visual Effects Graph, yeah. So normally we will do this in like that style of like After Effects or maybe After Effects, like, you know, to do all this stuff and all that. But this one can be done right inside Unity now. And if you walk down here, what happened to the sound? Plug it again. So all this stuff that you see, right? The cloud and all that stuff, and it's all done in Unity, 3D. Yeah? So no need to do rendering and all that stuff. It's all real life. Real time. And so all this stuff, yeah. This is awesome. So if you can do this for whatever stuff that you want to do, it's real time. I wish I had the music because the music's nice. So if you're an artist, you will know how long it will take to do this, yeah? Probably days or weeks to do this. And now you can do this inside. They even showed during the keynote how they did it. They show a bit of how the graph is and how they put it together. And things can be changed just like that, on the go, yeah? The fire and everything. And I believe this is going to be also shown in Unite Singapore next month, I was told. So if you want to find out how this thing's done, you might want to wait for Unite Singapore. Cool? Right, so that was one other thing that VFS graph was about. Real time. So that's how it looks like, the graph itself. Yeah. I tried to make it work, but it did not work. I really wanted to show you guys. But if you want to use this, you have to download the 2018 version, and you get a demo of it on GitHub. Okay, you can download and play with it, see whether you can get it sorted, you can get it done. Yeah. What else do I have? Let's see. Any questions so far, guys? Anybody has any questions at all? I'm going to follow this very, very closely because I think this is the next big thing in real time for movies or animation. I'm not even bothered to download the Book of Dead. Have you downloaded and played with Book of Dead?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fantastic graphics there.
Yeah, the graphics is awesome. I don't know how long it will take for me to download to run this, but in respect of time, I got another few minutes. Do you guys want to see it?
Yes.
But no sound, huh? Okay. Cool. There you go.
And using the WSD, he can walk around.
Yeah, I want to make it full screen first. But you need to hear the sound now. Sorry lah. Let's do a maximize.
Check see the speaker, is it on or not, or anything or not?
It's on, it's on.
It's on.
It's on, but it's not. There's no sound coming up. I'm not sure it's the system.
Or how about the?
When I put my Mac was okay. When I put this guy, just okay. So now if I press a tab key, it will let us fly around. Look at that. Okay, if you hear the sound, it's like breeze coming from everywhere. They have audio put it around. It's spatial audio. If you wear a headphone, it comes from every angle. Again, the guys, emphasis real time. Right? Look at those photogrammetry scans that they did. One scan's about 4K scans, you know. It's amazing that they did how they did this.
In fact, the other section there, when the wind is blowing, you can feel it. Like, whoa, I'm feeling chilly.
You can hear footsteps and all that stuff, yeah? This is amazing. I can even now go in and tweak the direction light, make it at night and stuff like that. Okay? And look at the wind is blowing everything and all that. Oh, that one is the fan is blowing. The fan is making noise. I thought it was the sound. Right? And this is again running through this laptop real time. It didn't allow me to go into the cave. I don't know why. Maybe there's nothing behind it. Okay, again, guys, this is the one that excites me, the real-time stuff. Look at those images and all that. As I said, I'm a visual person, and I will be following very, very closely what Unity does next. 2019 is going to be another version that's going to be a lot of... Have you taken pictures of them? The guys. Don't miss this opportunity. Is it okay if I snap a picture of you guys? Everybody say cheers.
Cheers.
Sounds like very mellow. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Cheers!
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's me. Thank you very much for coming. And hope to see you soon, yeah? Take care.